Welcome to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive. Please subscribe to the Rugby Obsession YouTube channel and newsletter from the link in description. So, imagine trying to build this machine designed to completely dismantle a heavily armored tank.
Right, a pretty tall order.
Yeah, but the catch is your engineers don't even speak the same language.
Oh, boy.
They come from entirely different engineering backgrounds, and you literally only have about 3 days to assemble the final product before it faces live fire.
That's definitely a recipe for stress.
Exactly. But that is the exact scenario playing out on June 20th in Gqeberha.
Yeah, it's going to be massive.
We are looking at a matchup that is serving as this huge precursor to the Springboks Nations Championship campaign against England, which is, on July 4th in Johannesburg.
Right, but this isn't just a standard warm-up match.
No, not at all. Today, we are unpacking this fascinating article detailing Felipe leading the famous Barbarians against the back-to-back world champion Springboks.
It really is kind of an unprecedented tactical laboratory for you to watch. Usually, in international test rugby, you're watching two highly familiar, meticulously oiled systems just crashing into one another.
Yeah, years of development go into those structures.
Exactly. But here, you have an invitational side trying to basically manufacture cohesion out of thin air to face, honestly, the most ruthlessly organized team on the planet.
Okay, let's unpack this, because to really grasp the sheer gravity of what is about to happen on that pitch, we have to look closely at the brain trust they've assembled to lead the Barbarians.
Oh, the coaching staff is wild.
It is. The source article lays out this coaching ticket, and it is honestly like someone assembled a Rugby Avengers squad.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
You have Felipe, the Argentina head coach, taking the main reins.
Right.
And alongside him is Scott Robertson, the former All Blacks head coach. Then there's Patrice Colazo from Racing 92, and Kenny Lynn, the Los Pumas assistant coach.
It's just a staggering collection of rugby intellect in one room.
But wait, I have to push back on this being a dream team right out of the gate.
Okay, why is that?
Because how do you actually blend these distinctly different rugby philosophies? I mean, you have the All Blacks' rigid, highly systematized structure. You have the French top 14 mentality, which thrives on pure chaos.
Yep.
And you have Argentine grit, which is traditionally built on emotion and forward pack dominance. To me, throwing all of those into a blender with only 3 days to prepare doesn't sound like an advantage at all.
That sounds like a mess.
Exactly. It sounds like a disorganized disaster. How does a disorganized defense actually stop a highly synchronized Springbok attack?
Well, that is the core tactical puzzle of this entire fixture. You are completely right that if they try to build a traditional 50-page playbook in 3 days, it will be a disaster.
Right, they just don't have the time.
Exactly. The players would be overthinking on the pitch, and against the Springboks, a split second of hesitation results in a massive, brutal collision.
Yeah, you get smashed.
So the mechanism here isn't to blend the complexities of New Zealand, French, and Argentine systems. The goal is to distill those mentalities down to just the absolute core phase play rules.
So wait, they are intentionally stripping away the structure.
They have to. They simplify the attack to rely completely on heads-up instinctual rugby.
Oh, I see.
When we talk about New Zealand precision in this context, we aren't talking about complex, 1-3-2-2 forward pod formations.
Right.
We are talking about the basic instinct of identifying space and executing perfectly timed passes. And when we talk about French flair, we're looking at the mechanics of offloading in the tackle, just keeping the ball alive rather than setting up a structured ruck.
And I guess the Argentine grit provides that foundation, right? Like the sheer physical commitment at the breakdown to secure the ball in the first place.
Precisely. And that's what makes them the ultimate unpredictable test for Rassie Erasmus's squad.
That makes the unpredictability factor much more concrete. It isn't just players running around randomly.
No, not at all.
It's a highly skilled group operating on pure instinct rather than a predetermined script.
And what's fascinating here is how that specific lack of long-term synergy actually becomes a tactical weapon against a highly systematized team like South Africa.
Wait, how so?
Because the Springboks prepare meticulously. Their defensive analysts know exactly what pattern an opponent will run, say, on the fourth phase off a left-hand lineout.
Yeah, they have the data for everything.
But how does a Springbok defender read a play when the Barbarians themselves don't even know what they're going to do next?
Right. Oh, wow. If the attack is reacting in real time to the defense, rather than following a call made by the fly half 10 seconds ago, The defensive line has no patterns to exploit.
Exactly. The big bucks can't anticipate a play that hasn't even been drawn up.
A quick reminder to subscribe to the Rugby Obsession YouTube channel and newsletter from the link in description. That tactical breakdown perfectly sets up the broader cultural clash happening on the pitch.
Yeah, it really does.
The article spends a lot of time on the Barbarians' legendary ethos. It is an invitation-only squad that brilliantly maintains this amateur spirit of friendship and, shared experiences right in the middle of a hyper-professional, multi-million-dollar era.
Which is so rare these days.
Yeah, and CONTEPOMI'S notes that rugby's greatest gifts are the friendships and the merging of different cultures.
It is a beautiful throwback, honestly. The Barbarians represent the idea that rugby, at its absolute core, is meant to be enjoyed.
Right.
You play for the man next to you, you share a beer afterward, and you just celebrate the sheer joy of the sport.
But here's where it gets really interesting, because that amateur spirit sounds incredibly romantic. It paints this picturesque vision of the sport's origins.
Yeah, the good old days.
But let's look at recent history and deal with reality for a second. The last time the Barbarians tried this carefree, unstructured approach against the Springboks was in Cape Town in 2025.
Oh, right.
And they got completely crushed. I mean, it was an emphatic 54-7 triumph for the Boks.
It was a bloodbath.
So, putting romance aside, can you actually beat the Springboks with just vibes and friendship? Or is the gap between an invitational side and a systematized test team just too wide now?
Well, CONTEPOMI'S is acutely aware of that 2025 result, and he explicitly states in the source material that he wants to write another story this time.
Okay.
He understands that vibes alone do not stop a 115-kilogram forward charging at you off the back of a lineout.
Definitely not.
The friendship and the culture, that's what brings the players into the camp. But once they cross the white line, the dynamic fundamentally shifts.
Because Rassie Erasmus doesn't care about your romantic rugby ideals.
Not at all. And the text highlights that Erasmus is treating this fixture as seriously as a full-blown test match.
Wow.
And this is the critical mechanism at play. Because the Springboks are treating it with absolute test match intensity, it forces the Barbarians to elevate their own preparation. They know they're walking into a physical wood chipper.
Let's talk about the mechanics of that Springbok machine for a second. Because CONTEPOMI'S admits that if you ask 100 people, 99 will probably say the Springboks are unquestionably the best team in the world.
And they'd be right.
Right. They're the back-to-back world champions.
Yeah.
And their success is largely built on what we call the blitz defense, right?
Yes. The Springbok defensive system is entirely designed to choke the attacking team of time and space.
Right.
Instead of drifting sideways to cover the width of the field, their defenders just shoot straight up off the line, targeting the outside shoulders of the attackers.
Just flying up in their faces.
Exactly. They want to cut off the pass to the wings and force the ball carrier back inside, right into the waiting arms of their massive, physically dominant forward pack.
So if you try to play traditional, structured phase play against that blitz, they just eat you alive.
Oh, they destroy it.
They know exactly where your pods are set up, they shoot the gap, and they smash the ball carrier behind the gain line.
Which brings us right back to why the Barbarians' chaotic style is statistically the best way to short-circuit that exact defensive system.
Really?
Yeah, because you cannot effectively blitz what you cannot predict.
Oh, that makes sense.
If a Barbarians player catches the ball, sees the blitz rushing up, and immediately puts a delicate chip kick right over the rushing defender's head, suddenly that entire defensive line is caught completely out of position.
Or like if they manage to get an offload away right before the massive hit comes in.
Yes. The offload is the ultimate kryptonite to the blitz defense.
Right, because of the commitment.
Exactly. The defender commits their entire body weight to the tackle, but if the ball is passed out of contact at the last millisecond, the defense is suddenly a man down, and the attacking team is in open space behind the defensive line. So the amateur spirit gives the Barbarians the freedom to try those high-risk offloads and chip kicks. But it's their elite professional muscle, the fact that these are hardened international players, that allows them to execute those moves while absorbing the brutal physicality of the Springboks.
That makes the distinction so much clearer. It isn't just a group of guys having a laugh on the pitch.
Right.
It is a highly skilled squad using the guise of a carefree exhibition to execute the exact high-risk tactics required to break a world-class defensive system.
Precisely.
And that really narrows our focus down to the two men pulling the strings on the sidelines.
Yeah.
We are looking at an absolute clash of masterminds here. Contepomi isn't just a ceremonial figurehead. He has a massive pedigree.
Oh, his resume is beyond impressive. 87 caps for Argentina as a player, 5 appearances for the Barbarians himself.
Yeah.
He understands the internal culture because he has literally lived it.
And since taking over as Argentina's head coach in 2024, his managerial track record is incredible. The article notes he has already beaten the Boks, the All Blacks, the Wallabies, and the British and Irish Lions.
He definitely knows how to slay giants.
Yeah, and he even acknowledges in the text that the Boks have a target on their back.
So, what does this all mean? When I look at the calendar, Contepomi is leading this Barbarians side against the Springboks in June.
Right.
But his actual national team, Argentina, is hosting those very same Springboks in August.
Yep.
I can't help but see a major conflict of interest, or rather, an incredible strategic advantage. Is Contepomi using the Barbarians as his own personal tactical laboratory?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you are absolutely looking at the hidden narrative of this entire event.
Really?
Yeah, it operates very much like a hacker probing a highly secure firewall.
Yeah.
Contepomi is running a low-risk script to find bugs in the Springbok defensive line long before he has to face them in a match that actually affects Argentina's world ranking. It's brilliant. He gets to stand on the touchline, throw a wildly unpredictable combination of world-class attackers that Rassie Erasmus' system, and just watch how the Springboks react under pressure.
And he does it without exposing a single page of Argentina's actual playbook.
Oh, that is so smart.
He can see how the Springbok forwards handle specific ruck speed variations. He can test whether their blitz defense is vulnerable to a specific type of cross-field kicking game.
Yeah.
If something works spectacularly well for the Barbarians, you can be absolutely certain Contepomi will adapt that tactic for Los Pumas in August.
But hold on, Rassie Erasmus is widely considered the smartest man in world rugby.
Without a doubt.
He has to know Contepomi is doing this. Why would he agree to put his Springboks in a situation where they are essentially being scouted for free?
Because the benefit goes both ways. Erasmus is a master tactician himself, and he knows that the biggest threat to his highly structured team is complacency.
Okay, I see.
The Springboks are used to facing predictable international systems. By doing this, Erasmus gets to put his players into a chaotic, broken play environment against world-class athletes.
Right.
He gets to see which of his defenders make the right reads when the system inevitably breaks down. It is invaluable data for him ahead of the nation's championship campaign against England.
So it's basically mutually assured tactical espionage.
Exactly.
The fans get a festival of rugby, but the coaches are playing high-stakes 4D chess. They are both trying to extract as much tactical data as possible while pretending it's just a historic exhibition match.
Which is what makes it so brilliant.
That entirely changes how you watch those 80 minutes of rugby. You aren't just watching the tackles. You are watching two head coaches trying to outthink each other ahead of the grueling international season.
And that is exactly why this match matters so much more than a typical Barbarians fixture. It is a live-fire exercise for two of the best coaches in the game.
We want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Can the Barbarians, with this incredible brain trust in their chaotic style, actually pull off the upset? Or is the Springbok blitz defense machine just too powerful and too physical for an invitational side to break down?
It raises a really important question to leave you with as we wrap up our analysis today. Think about the current state of global test rugby.
Okay.
We live in an era that is heavily structured and hyper-systematized. Every phase is planned. Every defensive read is calculated by algorithms and analysts.
Yeah, it's very rigid.
But if this Barbarian squad manages to upset the back-to-back world champions using their signature free-flowing, joy-based, instinctual style, could it force the entire international rugby community to completely rethink their approach?
Wow, that would be huge.
A Barbarians win might just prove that raw instinct, flair, and simply playing what is in front of you still have the ultimate power to break the most perfect, well-drilled systems in the world.
Don't forget to subscribe to the Rugby Obsession YouTube channel and newsletter from the link in description. Thank you for listening to the Rugby Obsession Deep Dive, and we'll look forward to you listening to our next episode.